Peace YouTube, this is Fleur Bruin coming to you today to discuss more topics of discussion. Hey guys, I'm out in the lake. Do you see those beautiful swans back there? There's a family. I love them. The babies are getting bigger. I didn't see them as hatchlings, but you know, I'm out and about. I'm actually with staying with family now, so this is their beautiful site on their lake. So I'm sitting outside, getting some sun, relaxing. But I wanted to come to you today to remind you, I am doing the show tomorrow, Aquarius Rizing Ninth Gate. I will be on discussing more more topics of discussion, but I wanted to say I'm in the Matrix, coming to you from the Matrix. And though this doesn't look quite like the Matrix, it is out and about in the mix. And it's heavy. Everywhere I go, people are engaged in the madness. They're obsessed with what's going on with politics and all the, you know, the occurrences that are supposedly happening that they're showing to you. It's wild. It's wild, and I overstand now. I really do. But you know, as I say, I always stay out in nature, especially when I'm in the Matrix. I try to stay grounded, and this is what allows me to stay grounded. You know, and I'm noticing something else. There's a lot of entities that are walking amongst you in the Matrix. I kiki with everyone in a lot of different worlds, and I noticed that there are different entities interacting with you guys. Sorry, I got a bra strap. You know, it's a little cooler here. Clothing is optional for me in the sunnier area, but obviously I'm out here. Anyway, you know, I go on tangents. So I noticed that you guys are interacting with entities that are not from here. They're not from your timeline. And remember I talked about one particular, I won't say his name. If you listen to my videos, I blew that spot of one particular hip-hop dude who I know is not from our timeline. I don't guess it anymore. I know it for a fact. He's not from our timeline. He's from a specific bloodline, and you can kind of tell because his facial features, remember when we mate, each generation of mating, we create different types of facial features based on our mating trends of what's considered to be, you know, the look of desire. And, you know, like even in the 20s, you see people with different facial features, sometimes bigger jaw lines. In the 30s, different facial features, 40s, 60s, you'll see people with different facial features based on their mating with different people. But he has facial features. Some of his features are different than those who would be from, you know, born in the 70s or 80s. He just looks different. And then, you know, I found out obviously later that he's from a different timeline. So, and what's crazy about that is that I'm seeing other entities that are from a different timeline. They're not from your timeline. And of course they're obviously living more advantageous because if they're coming from the future or they're coming from parallel timelines purposefully, they are going to come more advantageous, meaning that they're coming and they're able to live in this world. You know, we call them stushy, or you'll say bougie, or just, you know, they're living well. They're living well off in your timeline when they're coming here, and they're purposefully coming here. And I'm not sure what their agenda is, and I'm not sure of their motivation. I'm just noticing it's more than I've seen before in the Matrix, making me think that there's something about to happen. Like, I don't know why they're here. And I recognize them, you know. You already know. You know a little bit about me, but I recognize them. And they're walking amongst you. I don't know if they're feeding off of your energy. I can't quite tell, again, what their motivation is. But they're from future timelines coming into yours. And some of them are from parallel. But they're in the mix with you guys. More than I've seen before. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna find out, but I want to find out before, anything pops off. So I noticed that. So just start watching people. If they look a little weird, when I say weird, don't judge. I don't want you to go out there judging people all crazy. I don't want you going out judging people like based on, facial features and stuff. Don't follow me just in that way. It's just you'll notice when they're not from here, they have different propensities, like weird stuff, like things that are not noted from our, hand motions, or their dressing is a little off, like almost like they're posturing to mimic us. You'll start to notice, but there's a lot more here than I'm comfortable with, and I'm not quite sure why they're here. Why don't you come on my show and let me know why you're here? I'd like to know. I'm good. Call us on call me on Aquarius Rizing Ninth Gate, and why don't you tell us why you guys have decided to come here? I'd really be curious to know. And again, I'm okay with you calling in on the show any alien, human, interterrestrial, in-earth, interdimensional. We're good with you guys calling. Some of your hybrid children call us on the show. Big up to all those who call in a show that are not human. A couple of you not. Anyway, so I just wanted to update you on that. Just start paying attention to that. I don't know. They're not harming anyone as far as I know. I just noticed that you've got other beings here from other timelines, and there's a lot more here. I'm not quite sure why. So anyway, I wanted to touch base. I will be on Aquarius Rising Ninth Gate. Check me out. Tune in. That's a show, that's our platform that I created for us, that we can actually talk person to person. And we're going to get on some deep stuff. And, let me show you where I get contact sometimes. Oh, look at them. You see the babies back there? See back here? Look at the swans. But back there, in that lake, I remember I didn't grow up my whole life here, but, my family had moved here, and they live up on top of a hill back there, on top of the hill, so they overlook the lake. But this is our lake, my family's lake, along with a couple other families that live here. But there was a ship in the water one night, and I remember when I first started discovering that I was being, I was having interaction with our ET family, my ET family. There were lights inside of this water. And I remember looking outside on the deck with my father and saying, "What is that?" It looked like police were down at the lake. I was like, how could they be down? You can't drive down there. I was like, why are there police in there? And then come to find out further, there were lights inside of the water. Like, the ships go inside of the water. They actually fuel themselves. They use the energy from the water anyway, but they tend to hide. The ships hide inside of waterways a lot of times. I don't think they're hiding. I just think that's where they go. So inside of that water down there were lights flashing underneath the water. And it was like that for, I don't know, say like that for 20 minutes, and then they disappeared. And then I would see, on nights after that in the sky, I used to see all kinds of madness. Ships, but like laser shows in that sky. Yeah, this is where a lot of my first contact happened. It happened when I was younger, but when I remember seeing them really first time was here. So you'll see where I hang out. This is where I hang out. I like to take my nieces out on the water. There's no electric boats on here, and there's a lot of old turtles here, but that's where the contact was happening. So I just want to let you know. Anyway, so check me out tomorrow night on Aquarius Rising, and start to pay attention to the people around you. There's a lot of parallel shifters, parallel universe shifters in our matrix. What's up with that? Yo, I'm seeing them, a lot of them, and they know I see them. They don't really quite pretend. They just, I get the smirks. I'm serious. My world, they know who I am, and I know who they are, but they're not from here. So start to pay attention to that. We'll discuss that tomorrow night on the show. That might be our topic of discussion. Again, for those watching, and you're not from our timeline, and you're watching this transmission, call us up. Let us know why you're here, because I'd like to know your motivation. What's the reason behind you coming into our reality here in the Matrix? Is something about to pop off? Anyway, I love you. I'm gonna go have some lunch, okay? And enjoy my day out here on the lake. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blocking you. And we'll talk again. And I love you. And remember, we talked about staying out of the business that is not our business. You know, try to pull out of anything that's pulling you into a lower vibration, a lower frequency. And if you have people in your life, you know, I came into the Matrix, and you know, there's people. Yeah, there's some interesting people from my previous world, and you know, I gotta slay some dragons up in this piece. I can. There'll be zero attachment to myself, and you know, some people you don't want to let go, but you got to let them go based on the fact that they don't match you, and all they're going to do is bring you into the lower stratosphere so that the others can feed off of your energy when the pole shift's about to pop off. So, you know, stay high, eat some fruit. We're gonna have some fruit and some wonderful salad today, you know, and keep your vibrations high. And I love you, and check me out tomorrow on Aquarius Rising Ninth Gate. I'll put the link. You know, I'm always late with the link, so you know, you guys know. Sometimes right before the show, I put the link. Some of you already have the link. If not, I'll put it up, you know, later, or tomorrow. So you know, check out, you know, the box below. You know, I always do it late. I'm sorry. I try to get you guys up early. I'm usually doing it like right on showtime. So again, hopefully my transmission will be good. That's why I don't get a lot of. I'm up there in the midst of the trees. That's where I'm staying. So a lot of times, you know, sometimes I don't get a lot of reception. So last show was fine. I did it there. So hopefully again, it'll be fine. I'll probably be on a landline. Yeah, my parents have landlines. I love it. Island folks don't play. They do all that cell phone stuff, but they got landlines too. I gotta big up to my family. Big up to my family for being so old school and old fashioned. I love them. I love them. So I'll be in the Matrix for another 2 weeks, and then I'm back into my wonderful outer world. I look forward to recovering because this is heavy out here, but I'm having a good time. So again, check me out tomorrow night, Aquarius Rising Ninth Gate, and we'll have more discussions, and check out the people around you. Love you. Slurp on. Peace.